Hey guys,
What's up?
Ransom and Michaela here, Dykema Duo back with you. We got an exciting topic coming up that we're excited to share with y'all.
Yes.
And yeah, we just wanted to start this video off too. We know we're in the early stages of this, but we've so been loving all the engagement and just everyone, showing us the love. And we just appreciate, all the things that you guys are doing to inspire us to keep going.
Yes. We already feel like a little small, intimate family, which is so great. All the comments, we just love so much. So thank you for supporting this channel. If you're new, if this is your first time watching us, please like and subscribe if you like this video. And yeah, go back and watch our other two if you haven't already. It kind of gives you a little bit more of a backstory of who we are. So we actually had one request and we wanted to address it from one of the commenters. They asked, how did our families react to us dating outside of our race? And honestly, babe, I felt like we were so blessed with just who we were raised by, and our siblings and our parents. They were so welcoming, they were so loving toward both of us, and genuinely just wanted to see us happy.
Yeah, it's really true. And I think for our families, the one big sort of hindrance or stumbling block maybe for them wasn't so much the race element. I think it was more so just the distance element of me being from Minnesota, Michaela being from LA. And yeah, just thinking through how are they gonna make that work? Oh my gosh, it's so far away. Is Ransom gonna move out to LA? Please don't take our daughter to Minnesota. But yeah, they could tell at the end of the day that we loved one another and that we cared really deeply for one another. And with that, just the love that was there, that we were gonna make it work. So.
Shout out to all of our family. We love you.
Yeah, tonight we are coming to you guys with the topic titled comparison and social anxiety. And this is something that we just believe in the year 2022 is pretty rampant and just a pretty big hot button thing for a lot of people. Doesn't matter your age, your background, everyone deals with just dealing with comparison, dealing with social anxieties. And so, yeah, we just wanted to, sort of address that topic tonight and, share a little bit on our stories too. So I'm going to let Michaela share a little bit on, just her experience.
I'd love to preface this video by saying that we are so not against social media. Obviously, we are on YouTube right now, so there's nothing against any of these platforms. We love Instagram, we love YouTube, especially for me, my story. So if you don't know, I am a choreographer. I'm a professional choreographer, dancer, and being in the entertainment industry, social media is kind of vital. Like, it's really ingrained in the networking sort of idea of being an artist. You're sharing your creativity, you're sharing your choreography in my case. And so I've felt like, especially in the last 3 years since the pandemic, that Instagram has really been a way to connect with people, connect with other artists, and honestly get job opportunities. And so for me, it has been more of a branding, creating your business sort of thing. With that said, it's funny that it's named Instagram, because in an instant, I feel like you can be feeling really motivated and just happy about life. Maybe you get a lot of likes in a minute or whatever the case may be, and you just feel really good about yourself. And then in an instant, you can feel really discouraged because you go on your feed and you might see someone that got that job that you wanted to get, or they're just living that dream that you've always dreamt of living. And so your mood can really fluctuate with social media, I feel like. And I think in times past, I've always felt like naturally my personality is to celebrate people and not really to, try to tear them down. But I think in the past few years where online has just gone, like you were saying, it's such a fast pace and everyone's posting and everyone's sharing about their lives, I've realized that it's not so much based upon someone's personality, it's really based upon how do you respond when you get those thoughts of feeling less than, or when you're going through a painful season and it seems like everyone else is moving forward in their lives and you're stuck in this particular season. I feel like you're not living your best life. So in recent times, I've just realized how important and valuable spending quality time with God is, that if you do anything to the extreme, it can really be damaging to your well-being, to your anxiety, to just feeling, again, less than, and comparing your progress in life to someone else's. And so for me, if I'm not spending more time in God's word, seeking him, praying, really cultivating a strong spiritual life, then I am going to feel down, depressed, like I'm not moving forward. And that affects my social life, honestly.
Yeah, mine and Michaela's careers are very different. So she's in the artistry world, entertainment world. I'm more so in the corporate world. And so, for me, social media isn't as much of a tool for, my brand or my business or anything like that. Although I have recently, I've started a new job, and I'm actually in corporate recruiting now. And so I spend a lot of my time on LinkedIn, actually, which I pretty much live on LinkedIn during the day. And one of the things that I've noticed now is, on there, just like any other social platform, I'm getting updates, but I'm getting updates specifically around people's, careers or new jobs they're taking, or, just recent, updates about, exciting things that have taken place, more so on a professional level. But even there, like in social media, you can quickly get caught up in, that comparison, or even feeling anxious about, wow, like I'm not keeping up with, other people. I'm not keeping up with the Joneses or the Johnsons.
Yeah.
So, I think for me though, and I think, we've talked about this a lot, babe, that each of us as individuals is on just a different path, and we're on a unique journey that God has placed us on, and no two paths look alike. They
Right.
don't. And so, yeah, one of the things that I always come back to is just, reminding myself of that like, hey, Ransom, God has you right where he wants you. He's moving you in the direction that he has set before you, and it's not set before anyone else. One of the pitfalls that we often fall into as humans is, yes, we have those comparison moments where we're looking at people who are, maybe advancing beyond, what our desired outcomes would be, and they're sort of like really making it in life.
Yeah.
And then we can do the reverse comparison, where we're not comparing ourselves to those people, but we're actually looking at people who, what we would deem as, oh wow, they're behind us. We'll say, oh wow, like I'm glad I'm not in their spot. Right. No matter which way you slice it, it's not healthy to be comparing yourself to other people, because at the end of the day, we're all super unique, and we're just very individualized paths that God has for
Absolutely.
each of us. So
I think that's so amazing how you brought that out, because if we really put it in perspective, we know that everyone is uniquely special and everyone has a particular purpose and plan. We can have more understanding, more compassion, but we also can understand that no matter what it looks like on Instagram or just in life, it doesn't have to be through social media, right? It can just be by hanging out with your friends. You start to compare. We have to know that everyone goes through highs and lows. No matter who you are, you're dealing with great moments of your life, and then you're also dealing with the discouraging times. And so I think when we find that relatability to other people, it can help with our compassionate heart towards them, the heart that Jesus has for us. We also know that comparison can lead to jealousy and envy, and I think that even if you aren't a believer, no one wants to really walk around being envious of someone. I don't think anyone really enjoys feeling that feeling towards people. And I think for me personally, what I've had to do is pray. Not only pray the sweet by and by prayers over just my personal things that I'm dealing with, but for others, especially the ones that I feel may be in different seasons of life. Maybe they're doing something that I would like to do, or maybe they're not, but just praying for them in private, not only in public, really does something to your heart, and I think your heart for them and your love for them. And so that's been one of the tools that I think God has revealed to me on how to deal with those thoughts or those feelings when they come up. Prayer for them, to see them succeed, to see them promoted, to see them prosper, all of those things.
Yeah, it's so true. And that's, I mean, such an amazing tool that, you know, God has given us, that we get to bless others through our prayer life. But the other tool that, you know, that we've, you know, just found to be such a powerful means of, you know, striking the spirit of comparison is celebration.
Right.
And we want to celebrate other people, and that's one of the things that we have found in our life to be just a tremendous instrument is, you know, when we see someone, you know, in their life and they accomplish something great, or they get a new car, or hey, they got a house, like, let's celebrate that for, you know, people that, you know, people that even maybe they've rubbed you the wrong way before, like, celebrate them, like, that's amazing. And so I think it's trying to find like that spirit of like, hey, like, I am amazed at, you know, what people are accomplishing, and I'm happy for them, and I want them to continue to flourish in their life. So it's really having that heart of hey, I want to celebrate these other individuals and their accomplishments and achievements and things that are going, you know, well in their life.
And I think Ransom and I have definitely experienced this firsthand in our lives. I mean, both of us were single for a long time, and I was really dealing with just all of the emotional roller coasters, if you will, when I was single. One day feeling great, I'm independent, I have this career going, I feel like I'm really making great strides, and then another day just feeling completely lonely and feeling like my dream of meeting that person would never come, and then going on Instagram and seeing a beautiful couple or seeing my friends get engaged. I mean, they were really tests of my faith and test of what God was doing in my life personally, internally. And so one of the ways that I have navigated those feelings of comparison, practical ways, is honestly moderate. Everything in moderation. I've had to delete Instagram, like literally delete the app for a couple of days. And I think that there's something not weak about that, but honestly empowering about that, because in Matthew it actually says that if your right eye causes you to stumble, take it out. And it's literally like but like this idea that if something is causing you to feel jealous or envious or down or have low self-esteem and not see yourself the way God sees you, then cut it off. Like literally delete it. Take a break from it, fast from it, do the things that you need to do to focus and center your mind on who God is and who He's created you to be. It helps me a lot.
Yeah, with the nature of, you know, comparison, it can oftentimes lead us into, you know, what a lot of people like to call social anxiety. It's, you know, such a tact of the enemy is he wants us to be in the mind of comparison. He wants us to be looking at other people and then putting ourselves down. Comparison, you know, the root of it actually is all from the devil. Like that's actually the reason why he fell. Was because he compared himself to God, someone who there is no comparison with. And so that's like, you know, if you look at, you know, where comparison started, and it was the major stumbling block for him, and so it's going to be a major stumbling block for us. And so there really is no like place for it in terms of like building ourselves up and building others up. There's not going to be any fruit to it. So
yeah, I know that feeling less than can definitely cause me to want to isolate. And I think already what we've been dealing with, you know, pandemic and wearing masks and all of these things that kind of keep you in your bubble, comparison can cause more social anxiety, and it can add that layer to just like not wanting to interact with people because I don't feel great about life right now.
Commune with the source. the source of life, really helps to go into the world and just go into the the different spaces that we have to navigate. It just allows us to take the heart posture of Christ, of Jesus, and go into those spaces and like be reminded at the end of the day, like, hey, this is my brother, this is my sister, and God views them as his beloved, and so we should be esteeming and treating people in the same respect.
I think lastly, just to add to your point of having Jesus's heart posture in the world, we could think of this idea of like, just kill them with kindness, like just be kind. That would really put them in their place, so to speak. But I think the whole phrase kill them with kindness is not necessarily Jesus's heart for humanity. I think he really wants us to love people and care for people and have a heart that is not destroying them. It's not to destroy, it's not to bring destruction to them, to their character, but honestly, it's to uplift them, it's to carry them, it's really be the light of the world. And I think that's what's different between knowing God, knowing his heart, and living as his followers in this world.
Yeah, and I think the piece on that too, when you do take that phrase, kill them with kindness, sometimes people's attitude can be like, well, I'll show them, or like, I'm gonna one up them. But God's heart is, no, let's humble ourselves. So taking that prerogative, it does something. It really does. It does something to your heart. I don't have to compare myself to this person at the end of the day, and all I want to do is just love them, serve them, care for them. So
absolutely. Well, we love you, and we hope that you've enjoyed this video. Comment below if you have any suggestions for our next video. See you then.